Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday Nights with Hilly, and we are with WAOF1 as we move into the season now, quite a way in, round 10 of the season today, and we're hungry for full quality 50% race. Great track, there's nothing more to say about this track, it is absolutely superb. One of the real gems of the season. It's a complete driver's track, this one. If a driver doesn't like this track, I'd question if they're actually cut out to be a driver. Because it's just too good. So, well, I'm just getting a few things ready, so just bear with me while I do this. A little bit more busy tonight than usual, so there is all that. Okay. Right, okay. Let's get the switch open. Ooh. I hate that when you go to press it on your phone and a notification comes up at the same time. So annoying. Right, I've got the stream open on my phone now, I can share it about. If anybody said anything before I've actually managed to get the stream up on my phone, I apologise, I can't see it. I can only see from when I actually get on there. So, apologise if you have. If you haven't, so yeah. There we go. Share it into RF1 as well. Right, there we go. I think I'm all sorted. I think I am all ready. No, not quite. Nearly. Right, okay. I am indeed. We have 17 at the moment. I'm not quite sure why we're a few short, but it is. Right, okay. Oh, hang on, I'm running lobby, ain't I? Okay, at Tuesday. Driver. Changing it all around, are they? Yeah, it is. As you go downstairs, blah, 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 blah. Got to, haven't I? Been following them there. Right, the ready up shout has gone out by me. I like that, Bowden. Yeah, prediction stage. Do the race stripes that Bowden had put on his car actually make him go faster? I'll just make up the answer at the end. No, what shall we actually do on the prediction stage though? Let's go with who haven't we done? Let's have a quick look. I'll tell you what, as he's reserving tonight, and when he has reserved this season, he's had some fantastic performances. So I'm going to ask, can Baz finish in the top 10 again. So that means it is a race prediction. So can Baz finish in the top 10 again? Obviously the outcomes of that are yes and no. And I'll give you, it's full quali, so I'll give you a full 30 minutes. I think that's the longest I can give, 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll give you a full 30 minutes to do your submissions. So there you go. It is up and running. The prediction is up and running. Can Baz finish top 10 again? Just to sort of think about his previous exploits. Why am I stuck? Am I stuck? Oh, this is a bloody good start, isn't it? On the lobby host, and it's crashed on my bloody. Oh no, hang on, it started timing again. Ah, there we go. Okay, it's righted itself. So, sorry, I was just asking in the Discord to see if anybody else was having any silly problems. But there we go. Hey, Taylor. Good evening. I love your car design. I'll try and take a look at it when you're out on track. We'll have try and get a look at everybody's at some point through the evening. Right, let's get some details up, shall we? Right, so who was out first then? It was Operator was out first, who has gone with... is that one of the special Ferrari liveries, I think? It's either that or McDonald's, but I think it's one of the special Ferrari ones. Ah, have I not typed it out properly? It's Baz. Can Baz finish top 10? Can I edit it? Can I edit it at all? No, I can't edit it, guys. Sorry, I missed out his name. But it is Baz, I promise you. That is who... Baz the Ninja, Bowden. Come on. He's a legend in these parts. You hardly ever see him, of course. He's a ninja, but... Here comes Operator then. Sponsored by McDonald's. I'm saying that on my stream just simply because if somebody from McDonald's hears it and I get free burgers for a year, I'm just, you know... I'm going to be a happy man. So, later. To a reasonable start to his lap. Here's the real tester corner. Gets around there okay. Plenty of time to be found in it though. Didn't use the inside curb at all, which is definitely what you want to do on that fast left-hander. Nicely through the chicane, over the flat parts of the curves. Didn't touch the sausage curb at all. Oh, Taylor's manager at McDonald's. There you go. I want free burgers, Taylor. Free Big Mac. I'm not greedy. I don't want one a day or anything. I'm already fat enough as it is. I'll you know, one a week or something. A Big Mac meal every week, please, for at least a year. So operator out the final corner, heads for the line, 1 minute 18.8 to get us underway. I think Boulange was close behind him, but he's invalidated. If I can find somebody else for you, there you go. Oh no, he's on an out lap, typically. Here is Dorian, who is going on the medium tyres. No, you can't have 3 Mackies, Bowden. Oh. I'm giving Mackie sponsorship, alright? So if anybody's getting it, it's me and operator, not you. So, Baz 117.6 goes fastest for the moment. Dorian 17.7. Legoland 33.0, so I think we can safely say that wasn't a proper lap on the board. Oh god. Yes, that's why they call him in. That was my joke. But I don't know. Brandon's in one of his moves today. He left half his brain in bed this morning. Fine. Must have been a hard day at school, actually. I'll let him out. I'll let him off. Must have been a hard day. Must have done double maths or something. So, James round the penultimate corner. What can he do? So, Baz still sitting at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. James across the line, topples him from the top, but only by half a tenth. Won't stand too long, I don't think. Boulange has invalidated again. How much fuel did he put in there? Because he's going to go again as well. Corey interestingly using hard tyres in Q1. Adams goes fastest, 16.9, and that's more like it. That is on the medium tyres as well, so it's decent enough lap, I think. Oh, Taylor. Let me just watch Corey over the line. 119.4 on the hards. Not an often used tyre for qualifying. Right, where is Taylor? There he is. Also, my immediate reaction was that reminded me of a Force India, which I've already said to someone today. I think I said that to Corey earlier on when he shared his. But it's definitely not the same as Corey's. But yeah, I do like that. I always like the Force India. I've always thought they looked pretty cool. So Taylor anyway on the medium tyre. And into P9 then for Taylor. 1 minute 17.9. Who else? Who should we get a look at next? Carsey has now gone fastest. 16.3 on the medium tyre. He has also gone with what looks like a... Well, from the cockpit cam, it looks like a Ferrari, doesn't it? But then if you come out, you can see the black on the car. Is that an orange stripe as well on the back? I'm trying to get a better view if I can. Can you see that from... No. Looks like it might be. That's quite nice. Quite like that. Looks like a battery. I don't know why. But the front of the car looks like a Ferrari anyway from the cockpit view. Bowden goes fastest in his purple Go Fast Stripes car. Apparently there's some Go Fast Stripes. I can't see the Go Fast Stripes, but I can't see any on there. But he's gone fastest anyway, so they're working at the moment. Oozes into the pits, currently in P4. Who have we got out there then? Let's go to Mamo. We're up to 19 now. Mamo, also with a sort of black and red. It's got Red Bull written on it, so has he got a Red Bull livery? I can't tell. Do you know what? I don't know whether it's my eyes or just the colours in the game. I can't tell if that's a dark blue or a black, but As it says Red Bull, I'm guessing it's some sort of Red Bull livery, and it's dark blue. So Mamo round the final corner. Just for you guys watching, by the way, if you're wondering why we're using liveries which they've made themselves rather than the the official team, as Nick absolutely flies top of the timings, 1:15.7. Maui went second on a 16.2, by the way. There you are, there's Chorus, that's what I was meaning, but he's got a sort of Force India looking livery as well. So it looks like he might be doing a little bit of a practice run on the hard tyres here rather than any sort of quali run. Perhaps he hasn't had time to do real practice, so he's just taking the opportunity to do a bit of practice during qualifying. Let's go to Danny. Danny there with a sort of pink and black car. That's quite nice, I quite like that. I think that's an 8 out of 10 for me. That one. I like that one. I like that one. I want that one. Bowden feels ill, man. Why'd you feel ill? Too many Mackies. Well, oh, right. So, yeah, okay. So Taylor and Corey do have the same liveries. As we said, I don't think it's the same. Because I didn't want to upset you by saying that you had the same as somebody else. Your bridesmaid, or no, a bride turning up to a wedding and somebody else has worn a wedding dress. I don't want, you'd be so upset, wouldn't you? Glitch 1:17.667. Silver, I think Glitch is going for. Damier. Oh, it's all black. I like the all black. Reminds me of the 1998, I'm going to say, Arrows. That might be the wrong year, actually. Arrows might have been blue and white then. But whatever year it was, they did do a black livery Arrows one year, and that was absolutely gorgeous. Just something that looks good about a racing car being pure black. Gunnar is out there with his Dragon car. He's sort of red, orange, black, bit of white in there as well. With the Dragon on the side. Looks rather cool. I think that's a 9 out of 10 for me. You're so tired and achy. Oh, Bowden, you're not coming down with something. Don't want that. So anyway, yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. So the reason why they're using their personal made liveries tonight is because basically they ran an update on the game yesterday and it's messed things up on the game. So in order to give Carlos Sainz the right helmet or whatever the update was, they've managed to make it so that the equal cars are no longer equal and they are realistic performance on, I think it's downforce and engine power. So, which is also affecting tyre wear as well. So, yeah, as Gunnar goes P3 on that lap, so nice lap from Gunnar, and immediately gets out of the way of somebody else. But yeah, so the only way we could think to get around that problem was to use the F1 World Car and let them design their own liveries, which I think is pretty cool. So here is Moomin in a white and blue with some sort of red stripes on. That does remind me of a car. What does that remind me? I don't know. Very, very. Oh no! Hang on, this is going back a bit. I was going to say Williams, but no, it's not. I was thinking of Damon Hill Williams from '96, but no, it's not that. It's what was their name? Summit Tech. Oh, goodness me, this is really going back. Was it Ford Tech? I can't remember. It was Summit Tech. I can't remember their names, but yeah, the blue and white. short as them. Anyway, movement goes up to P7. It's really difficult to see off at the moment. Can we play Guess Who? If I knew how we could play Guess Who, then we could play Guess Who. But operator across the line. He lost a lot of time in the final sector. He was already over 4 attempts up in the second sector, but in the end improved by just under a tenth. So he knows where the time is. We got Damir out there. I'm going to say no, Bowden. Although it does sound like a fun game, I can't really do that and commentate at the same time, so I got enough stuff going on with looking at the app and keeping an eye on the chat and trying to watch the stream at the actual racing as well. So, as fun as it sounds. Maybe after. So, into 14th goes Damir, 1:17.510. Corey has done his little practice run on the hards. And he's now out on a set of softs. That 1:18.469 was on the hard tyres, so he should go, all being well, come the end of this lap, he should be looking to move way up the table, I should imagine. Hey Axel. Hello buddy. How you doing? Thanks for joining. So anybody new that's joined, or anybody else that's joined since I put it up, the prediction is, because I forgot to put the driver's name, the prediction is for Baz the Ninja to finish top 10 in the race. Can he do it again? His highest finish this season is 4th at Imola, I believe it was. As Corey goes up to P12. But he is a reserve Baz, but I think he's finished top 10 every time he's reserved so far. But top 10 is also a very good result for Baz. I hope you don't mind me saying that, but it is. So, interesting to see if we can do it again. Here's James, and we're not used to him at this point in qualifying being down in 17th. We can have a little look at the speed trap just to see who's fastest. Or sorry, I'm not going to say the names of who's fastest and slowest because that gives away a bit of setup. But I will tell you what the fastest and slowest is to give you an idea of what the difference is. So that was James staying P17. Has he got time to cool down and go again? I don't think he's got the fuel. I think we're going to lose James again. Lego Lamb starts his lap. Right then, so yeah, so speed trap, just having a look up and down the order. The top speed through the speed trap is 313 kilometers per hour. The slowest is 306, for which there's a couple of drivers on that. So it's not such an important thing here, of course, the speed trap, but it's very much, it always has been a very high downforce circuit. You know, I don't liken it to Monaco lightly. So, is there anybody on the lap? Glitches. a lap as that car gets out of the way. I'd imagine that would have... He has got out of the way fairly, that driver, but that probably would have been a little bit distracting. I missed the set to 2 split, but let's keep an eye. Can he do it? What does he actually need? God, he doesn't need much at all. It's a 10th and a half, basically. 0.16. Getting through. He opens up the DRS, heads for the line, and improves by 1/4 of a second, puts him into P15. He knocks Damir Soklovic out of Q1, but sees himself through to Q2. Well done, Glitch, on that final lap. So, unfortunately, we say goodbye to Damir, Legolam, James, and Operator at the end of Q2. Looks like Operator didn't improve that time in the end, even though he had a lot more in the locker than what he's done. But yeah, the guys we lose. Well done to the top 15. Glitch getting through at the end. Very, very tight. But, looking at the times that are set by the drivers, this Q2 knockout is going to be very, very tight. So, will I be back for Abu Dhabi? Is that for Friday, Axel, for doing comms this Friday? If that's what you mean, then yes, I'll be back this Friday. So, yeah, I'm still having problems, but not as bad as I was last Friday. So, here we go. In a way, Nick really laying down the gauntlet to the rest of the field in Q1, but as always, Q1 is about the guys who are trying to sneak through to Q2. So, as already said, I'll say it again, unlucky to Damir, Legolam, James, and Operator. Incidents, 4 invalidations, which is not very many at all. So Belonge had 2, which we know about in a way. Corey had 1, and Legolam had 1. Not very much, especially for a technical track like Hungary. That's really not very much. You put 15k on Baz to finish top 10. Well, as I say, he's finished top 10 every time I'm sure I'm right in saying that he's finished top 10 every time he's raced. It's doing it again. My session start will start in, where it says the session will start in however long, is all messed up. But as long as it's working for everybody else, it doesn't really matter. No pressure, Baz. That's right. There you go. Look, they're talking about Damon Hill, 1997. Did you hear that? The announcer bloke who was talking about Damon Hill. Ah. Those were the days. I was young and wild and free. And that Force India looking car wants to go. He's, get out my way, he said to Dorian. I've got to go. It's not Glitch, that means it must be Corey. Who is out on the medium tyre. Oh, was it, Baz? Last race was P14 or P15. Sorry about that. Well, to be fair, you have finished top 10 in the others, though. So, with your highest, I'm sure your highest was P4 as well, wasn't it, Imola? I'm right. If I'm right, and I ain't wrong. Right, why am I on Corey? He's nowhere near the first out. First out is Mackenzie. Oh no, that's just confusing. I swear I went to Mackenzie and he was still in the pits. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, people. Here comes Mackenzie. Let's do the hilly hot lap with him. So over the line, DRS opens. We head up to turn 1. Move over to the left, but not too far over. You don't need to be using all the curb on the outside. And down to third. Open up the steer and get on the power. Open up DRS as quick as you can. It can be a bit awkward with your fingers doing that while you're driving. But then we head into turn 3. Long left-hander. Open up the steering again. Get on the power. Flat out through the right. We head up to this fast left-hander. Use the curb on the inside. Taylor doesn't there, but definitely want to be using the curb on the inside so allow you to take more speed through. Then into long right-hander. Still a case of don't touch the curb through there. Same in the chicane, really. Don't touch the sausage curves. The flat curb is fine, but don't touch the sausage curb. Then through the left-right. Personally, I think the most awkward part of the track, that's left-right, then left into this fast right. So nicely done there from Taylor. Keep the car over to the left, the gear down, uses fourth, Taylor. You'll see some drivers using third there, some using fourth. Then, again, same here, there's so many different ways to take the penultimate corner, which is the hairpin, and into the final corner. Again, don't be touching the curb on the inside, but open up the steering, get on the power, DRS open, head for the line. 1 minute 16.5 is a very valiant first lap of the session from Taylor. Bowden 16.5 as well, just 8 thousandths slower. Nick immediately into the 15s, 15.939. Boulange 15.7. Gunners 16.4. Dorian heading for the line, 17.7 on the medium tyre. Adams 16.7 on the softs. Somebody else just crossed. Corey 17.6. That's on the mediums as well. So Mamo just out the final corner. What can he manage this time? It looks good. 15.8. Puts him in P2. And let's come down. We've got Glitch coming through the final corner. 1:17.8. Puts him P10 for the moment. Otis is invalidated. Baz just on his way out the final corner. And over the line he comes. 1 minute 17.2. Goes P8. Carsey has just started his lap actually, so let's go with Carsey. Here he goes, and ooh, that's got to be an invalidation, hasn't it? Yeah, it is. Does invalidate. It may not have invalidated if he'd gotten out the power soon enough, but he'd lost so much time that even for Carsey, he'd have needed to go out again. There's no way he'd have faced the lap enough from there. Here's Danny then. Let's have a look at Danny's livery. So, oh, we've already seen it actually, haven't we? It's the pink and black one. I gave an 8 out of 10. I like the contrast of the pink and black. Listen to me. An old fashionista on you. It's about the contrasting colours, darling. Contrast of the black and the pink together. Fused together, darling. It's a glorious contrast. Oh. That's the first time I've ever attempted that accent. That was funny. Darling. So, Danny anyway, back to the racing, sorry. Heads round to the penultimate corner. This hairpin. It's the same multiple ways you could take that. You could go out wide, sort of come back in. There's a sort of switch back, but you can follow the inside really close. You can sort of go around a sort of mid sort of racing line as well through the corner. But Danny goes fastest in a way, 1 minute 15.485. Couple of drivers on outlaps. Moomin is just coming across the line to start his lap. Here he comes in this Ford. I still can't think of what that blooming car's name was. I'm sure it was a Ford Summit Tech. Somebody's got to remember it. I know I'm one of the older guys in the lobby, or in the league, but there's people older than me in the league. Well, funny enough, we're actually watching one of them now. The red lights on his rear wing looks like it's giving information. Next bus at 10:15. Watch it as it goes round. Look, see, there's information on there. Next bus to London, 10:15. Moving then, coming towards the end of the lap. And round the final corner. See the line he takes there? He's on the white line on the inside, but never ever touches the curb. And goes P8. I told you it's going to be a really, really tight session for getting through. Ozers is back out there in his car. I've already told him, it makes me, I don't know why, but when I look at his car, it makes me think of a Ford Cortina. I don't know why, but it does. I tell you what, actually, if it does, if you were to say a previous car that I can think of, it might have a slight resemblance to. Would it have a slight resemblance to a Tyrrell Yamaha? I'm not sure. I'm trying to use my memory here. It's, you don't see the Tyrrell very often. It's usually down the back somewhere. So I remember them being white one year, but they did change colours a little bit, the Tyrrell. So, and I got a feeling they did do a sort of blue and white one year. Oh no, Oozers! Oh, he's into the wall, and that is him out of the session. Yeah, the left wheel looked for a moment like it was still attached, but it's definitely not. It's just rolls away from him. Round out the penultimate corner. Not particularly usual to lose it there, so a little bit surprising. Oozers. As Corey just crossed the line, 69. Force Summit Tech. Oh, that's going to get so on my nerves. Summit Tech. So, Danny and Blanche have retired out of the session, feeling they've done enough. They're probably right. Let's go to Carsey. He had the invalidation on his first run, but goes fastest on his second. 1 minute 15.251. Now, down to... No, Dorian half a second down. Corey appears to be on used tyres, though. So I think I can only assume he's heading back to the pits then. Dorian also down. What about Adams? Currently sat in P8 on a 16.151. No, he's way down as well. Nick, way down. So I don't think anybody's actually on the lap at the moment. They're probably just making their way back to the pits ready for a final run. Yeah, and Moomin is out on an out lap. So we know Carsey's already done his lap, so he's on his way back to the pits. So Moomin will be next. We'll be next. Still gonna get on my nerves. Can I Google it? Nah, I don't think so. Right then, we're coming into the last runs then, the last attempts to get through go on board. Let me just check. I didn't check my settings for onboard sound. Oh yeah, we're on 4. That should be fine for you guys then. Shouldn't be too loud. So Moomin then heads into the final corner, ready to start the final run. Is he going to go out sort of wide and come back in? He does indeed. It's supposed to give you a better straight line speed along the pit straight for the start of your run. So that's why they do that. So somebody coming out the pits, hopefully they notice him. They do indeed and slow down. Nicely into turn 1, open up the steering then. DRS open. Staying high on the rev counter. Down into turn 3. Always makes you feel like you want to open up the steering and get on the power sooner than you can. That's left-hander. And here we go. Again, he doesn't use the curb. I'm really surprised. I don't know whether because it's Q2, people are trying not to use it, so there's always the risk. There's always the risk that you could end up spinning if you use that curb. So I think in Q3, surely we'll see people doing it in Q3. It's into the right-hander. Nicely done through there, actually. And he's almost a 10th up. He's currently sat in P10. A 10th would literally just see him still stay in P10. He needs a little bit more. So that car takes to the pit lane. Moving into the final corner, opens up the steering, gets on the power, DRS opened, heads to the line and improves by 0.36. Only moves into P9. But of course, the most important thing is the improvement in time. And he'll be looking to hopefully save him. That's Dorian. A bit of trouble there. Where is he? He's just down at turn 3. He needs to get a move. I don't know. He's still just about in time, but he can't dawdle around this lap. He needs to move it a little bit. So let's come up to the final corner. Just keeping my eye on Simons now. That was somebody crossing the line to start a lap, I believe. I think it was Nick. So Mackenzie heads to the line and then improves by 1/10.5. He is P10, so he's the man in danger, but he's made it that little bit harder for everybody behind him as Corey has invalidated. He was on an attempt as well, so he's on 62% energy. As now if he's got the fuel. Oh no, he hasn't got the time actually. Definitely hasn't got the time. As Baz isn't on a run either, so he's heading out. So it's down to Glitch, I think. Unless did Dorian make it? No, he's into the pits. So yeah, it is down to Glitch. So his target for P10 is a 1:16.381. That would require... Oh, he's invalidated. I was going to say it would require a 1.5 seconds improvement, and he was off to a good start, 4 attempts. Oh, well, nearly half a second up through sector 1. Actually, just over 4 attempts. But that's it then. That is going to mean the top 10 are safe. So, Mackenzie, you did do enough. The 1.5 wasn't required in the end, but it could have been very important, the 1.5 improvement you did get. So, it's a good improvement nonetheless. Moomin, so we've got Mackenzie, Moomin, Adams, Bowden, Gunnar, Mamo, Boulange, Danny, Nick and Carsey through to Q3. Dorian, Corey. Oh, then I'll move that. We're moving on. I'll just finish that in just a moment. Oh god, they didn't have piling the pressure on poor Baz. He messed up the turn 1 in final run. Okay. They don't mind about qualifying Baz, it's the race. They need you top 10 for the race. So anyway, yeah, unlucky to Dorian, Corey, Baz, Glitch and Ozers, who are out at the Q2 stage, and we will go into the top 10 shootout, pole position shootout, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, glitch descending improved by 1.2 seconds but was invalid. You needed a second and a half to get through, so it wouldn't quite have been enough to get through, but it would have been a nice improvement, that's for certain. But, there we go. At least you know you got the time in there though, glitch. That's after battle is knowing the time's in there, even if you don't manage to get it out in qualifying, you know it's there during the race, so... So... we are into the top 10 shootout. Who is moving first? Is it Danny? No, it must be Nick. It is Nick. Now, in terms of constructors, guys, I may be able to remember one or two as we go through the race, but I'm just going to be honest here. I'm probably going to ignore the constructors in the biggest part tonight because it would just be something else I have to keep referring to work out who's in which team. I'd have to keep looking back at the drivers list. So, it's just too much going on in one go, and I don't want to miss everything. It's hard enough to catch things when you're live in a way, let alone adding a load of extra things on for you. So... here we go then. So, looks like Bowden's taken up the reins of being first across the line in his purple and black car. It reminds me, what was that superhero? The Phantom, was it? Phantom. Always wore black and purple. If you're too young to know who I'm talking about, give him a Google. He'll be on there. He could gain the abilities of animals. So into the first run, let's go to the onboard. So that is young man's driving. Very improved young driver since I first saw him race. Still a little bit aggressive sometimes, but you'll learn all that. It's just but the underlying pace is there and ability. As you could hear there with a little lock up, I think on the left rear, he's playing without ABS already. As we head towards the end of the lap. Such an important corner, that one. It's unbelievable. When you mess that corner up, it's unreal how much time you lose. They're all important in their own way, of course. So, DRS open, heads to the line, 1:16.496 to get us started. Validation from Boulogne. Nick into the final corner. I can tell you that those that are on runs at the moment, none of them are on worn tyres. They're all using fresh tyres. 1:15.4 from Nick. Very nice lap, lays down a bit of a gauntlet, but Carsi immediately 1:15.0. Comes Gunnar out the final corner. 1:15.8. Adams was 1:16.1. Mamo just coming out the final corner now. $1:15.791. It's so close. Moomin on his way now. 1:16.5. Danny. 1:15.461 puts himself in P2. Bowden, we're back to Bowden into the pits. Let's just have a look, see if Boulogne... they could both be going again, actually, I think. So... yeah, for that car ahead. Both cars behind you are going to get... oh, Boulogne is coming to the pits. Mackenzie will finish his lap. And it's a 1:17.0. So... there we go. That is the first runs over and done with. Boulogne decided not to register that time. So have a quick look through just to make sure nobody's improving, but they won't be. All heading to the pits. We'll wait to see who is first out. Will there be any changes? What animal ability would I want? Oh. Oh, goodness me. Bowden, you got me thinking now. What animal ability would I want? I'd quite like a blowhole, like a whale. Just so I can walk down the street and just blow everything out as I'm walking down the street and get everybody soaked. I reckon that'd be fun. Might upset a few people, might get chased down the street a few times, but you know, I reckon that'd be fun. In the top of your head, a little blowhole just to blow everything out, you know. A blowhole. So Boulogne out on an out lap, but we've got Nick as well. So like Kirby, but for old people. What's Kirby? Thanks, Baz. What is Kirby? What are you talking about, Glitch? Like Kirby, but for old people, which means Kirby must be a young person's thing. I literally... Kirby was, for me, Kirby was playing with a football, and you had to throw it, or kick it, or whatever, to hit the curb on the other side of the road. So you and your mate stood on both sides of the road, and you had to hit their curb. And you had so many lives, I can't remember, it's too long ago now. That's what Kirby was to me, mate. So Nick, about to come across the line. So he's currently on a 15.413. He basically needs 4 attempts to get ahead of car seat. Can he do it? Could we see a 1:14 tonight? I wasn't expecting anywhere near that, to be honest. Nick just heading up to the end of sector 1 now, and he is half tenth up. He's a good left-hander as well. He's really thrown the car in. Trusted the car to do the work through that left-hander, and it really did. Sent through there. A little bit bumpy on the exit coming out of the chicane, but it wasn't bad at all. Fast right-hander, such an important corner on a quali lap. And he's just under a tenth up now. Need about another 0.03 through the second sector into the last couple of corners. Can't imagine he's going to gain enough to go ahead of Carsey, but can he improve his standing in terms of consolidating the P2? Improves by 10.5, goes 1:15.259. Very nice lap from Nick. Boulogne was also out there. He's just coming up to the line. 1:15.397 goes P3. That is that orange car. That is Danny. He's invalidated. He's having all sorts of trouble as well. Got a lot of crap over the tyres. There's loads of time left in the session. So unless he's under-fueled, he can still have another attempt. Newman will be next through. Kirby, little pink blob that sucks things up and gains the ability of whatever he eats. Oh wow, okay. No, I've never heard of Kirby, I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, okay. Yeah, just like him. But he was a man. And a hero, like a superhero, you know. Phantom. You must notice the Phantom. 1:15.973 goes P7. Who else we got? We got Nick. I think Nick's just missed the pits. There's no way he would have deliberately been going round again. I swear Nick's just missed the pits. Who launches into the pits? Who is that? That is Mackenzie on an out lap. See, he's caught me out a little bit because a lot of drivers have come out early. Moomin not going. Maybe maybe he didn't. No, he did. He missed the pits. I think he's out of fuel, so he must have. Mackenzie is Bowden on one. He's very early on, actually. Mackenzie further around, and there's a couple of attempts up. So just going up to the end of sector 2, and he's 4 attempts up. It's a lot more. Memory serves me right, he will have a lot more time in this final sector. So 1:16.2, that moves him to just the one place ahead of Bowden into P9, but Bowden is improving and is really, really close to the 1:15s. Can he sneak in? Yes, he can. 1:15.744, P5 for Bowden. And Adams has invalidated Gunnar, maybe. Yeah, he's on an improvement. He's on target to go back ahead of Bowden, and does indeed up to P5. It is Danny. He made the line. Okay, so Danny made the line. Where's Carsey a second? Carsey's further around. He's just coming up to the end of sector 2. Just see the end of the lap from Carsey. Oh my goodness, he's over a tenth and a half up. He is into the 1:14s already, as long as he doesn't make any glaring mistakes in the final sector, which is just a small sector, so you wouldn't expect anything, but he comes in. I think he's done it. 1:14.683. Oh, that's insane. That's an insane lap from Carsey. 1:14.683. That is absolutely blown the field away. What a lap. Look here, looky here. Danny is improving now. I don't think it's going to be enough to challenge Carsey, but he may be able to nick P2. Well, he is on target to nick P2 here. And he comes over the line. 1:15.2. He does go P2, just ahead of Nick. Boulange P4. Gunnar into the pits is still P5. Bowden 6, Mamo 7, Moomin Rider in P8, Adams P9, Mackenzie in 10. What a qualifying session, and what an unbelievable lap that is from Carsey. We all know he's quick, we all know, yeah, well, he's insanely quick at times, and that is definitely one of those times. That is one of the best qualifying laps I've seen. That was absolutely superb. Absolutely another level. So, but quali pace is one thing, race pace is quite another. It's not easy to get away from people here. It's also not easy to overtake here, so your best opportunities are turn 1 and turn 3, and they are at the end of the DRS zones, but they are short, comparatively to other tracks, they are short DRS zones. Turn 1 tends to be your best opportunity. If you have DRS going along the pit straight to turn 1, you will have DRS going down to turn 3. It's the same activation point. So, pole by half a second is insane. Okay, that is qualifying finish. Congratulations to all of our top 10, but particularly Car Seat on pole position. Didn't quite get to the instance, but that doesn't matter. There we go. Well, there you have it, guys. That is qualifying, and look at that. It is wet. Ouch. Well, that changes things. That completely changes things. It doesn't look too wet. I can't see puddles, so I think I think this is probably intermediate weather. It doesn't look anywhere near heavy enough for full wets. And whether we dry up or not will be another thing, but it is wet, which could make this even spicier. So, guys, I'm going to take a quick break. As always, it's a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back shortly for the race. I'm just going to grab myself a coffee and then we'll be back. See you in a minute. Right, okay, guys, I'm back with you. The go time is 9:03, so we've got just a bit more over a little over a minute to finish their breaks. So it's just coming up. That is 9:03, and I've put the shout out to go. Obviously, guys, I'm commentator, so I can't actually press the button myself. Somebody will need to. Bowden's been ill, apparently. He feels quite ill and he's been sneezing quite a lot today, so beware of him, he says. Dude, you've got a helmet on. Don't sneeze in your helmet, whatever you do. Don't sneeze in your helmet, mate. You won't be able to see anything. And the tear-off strips won't help you because it'll be on the inside, not the outside. That'd be a nightmare. Which real life driver was it? I know this isn't very nice, guys. I do apologise for mentioning this, but there was one real life driver that actually threw up in his helmet. Okay, that was going back some time. Apologies for that. Sort of image in your mind. Sure you didn't need that. Taylor's looking forward to this race with the rain. He loves the rain. I hope you have a good one, mate. P10 as well. Every chance from there to do something. But most importantly, guys, let's remember a lot of the drivers won't have even done a lap in these conditions. So don't expect everybody else. If you have done some practice, don't expect everybody else to just be able to pick the conditions up immediately. Just be wary, be careful. So as you can see then, I've brought the tyres up. It is intermediates as before. Not an awful lot to tell you. In terms of fuel, there is some contrasting amounts. I can't see everybody's, but the lowest I can see is 49 kilograms, which is low, but obviously in the rain you do tend to gain quite a bit back. Unfortunately, I can't help you with how many laps that is. So, obviously, the race is 35 laps. I don't know how many kilograms it takes to do a lap. I have no idea. So, you know, don't ask me. So, can Carsey turn the qualifying dominance into race dominance as well? It is conditions that make that difficult, of course. Danny just overshot his grid slot slightly, so he will start slightly further back in it and maybe with colder tyres, but we're on board with Nick at the moment for the start as all the lights are on and out they go. I don't know what that was. That was a massive delay on my side. It's a nice view here of them going down to turn 1. I can only assume they went out a lot earlier on my screen than everybody else's. So, Dorian! No, we got a safety car. Dorian has been called up with Baz by the looks of it. Or, you know, something's happened and the others got called up. Just looking at Baz's car, I can't see any obvious signs of damage. So he might be okay. But it is a full safety car. It's out immediately for that incident. Yeah, no, again, I'm just looking on my app and no, I can't see any signs of damage to his car. That's a turn 1 incident then. It sees Dorian out of the race. Unlucky Dorian. Just having a quick look at the Discord, see if I can see anything, but nothing at all in there. So let's have a quick look who gained and who didn't. Mamo managed to make up 2 places off the start and has climbed up to 5th, ahead of Gunnar and Bowden. Kenzie's gained a place up to 9th, Adam's down 1 to 10. James is unbelievably up 7 places off the start. That is some start. And has certainly got him up to a more, well, a position where he'd more sort of be where he'd expect to qualify, rather than where he did. Corey actually staying where he is, or was. Lego Lamb up 4 and Operator up 3. Moses Glitch where they were. Damia's down 1, Baz is down 5, which does suggest he was called up in that instant, or was part of that instant. But top 4 remain exactly as they were. So we will wait for this safety car to come in. Fortunately, on these sorts of races, these conditions, see, I guess in these conditions the chance of a safety car, of course, it increases. There's no getting away from that. Now, I don't know what the weather is expected to do. I don't know if we're going to be staying wet, getting worse, or getting better. Maybe we'll just stay with intermediates all the way through. If it is intermediates all the way through, I would expect 1-stops from everyone, really. This safety car will only aid to 1-stop strategy, so obviously it reduces the tyre wear for the laps that is out, so it will aid the guys in being able to perform a 1-stop strategy. But it's not always straightforward doing a 1-stop on intermediates. They don't like wear and tear, so if they do wear a bit too heavily, they will lose a lot of time, and therefore it does come into the realms of a 2-stop being more beneficial. But as I say, because of this safety car, I would imagine anybody thinking of 2-stopping has probably switched to a 1-stop now. Shouldn't be out long, by the way, the safety car. It should be in the end of this lap, so we should be resuming racing on lap 4. So 32 laps remaining. Not sure why, but Baz has just dropped off the back. Have a little moment. He needs to get a move on. He will be getting told to catch the safety car. He'll have a time that he's got to catch it in. Otherwise, I don't actually know what happens if you don't catch it again in that time. He's already called it, by the way, but I don't actually know what happens if you don't catch it in time. So basically, if you catch the back of the safety car queue, but then at some point you drop back off of it, I think it gives you 30 seconds to catch it again. I've never been at the point where I haven't caught it again, so I don't actually know what happens, whether it's a drive-through or whether it's a straight disqualification. I've got no idea. Something you could probably Google. We will endeavour to get going again. Take this opportunity to look at a few of the liveries. It's that Red Bull livery from Mamo. Gunners we've seen with the dragon on. Bowden's the purple and black. The blue and white. A little bit red as well of Moomin. The name of that bloody team still getting on my nerves. I still can't remember what it is. So Kenzie in that Force India type car. There's Adam's livery, white and black with some red stripes across the sort of chassis. Nice looking. Nice clean looking, actually, which is quite cool. James with a similar type thing, actually. Not exactly the same, but similar. In a way, I think we're getting going. So, back to the front. So let's remember that. I did thanks to James. We'll have a look through the others a bit later on. Somebody having a look. There's always one or two that are a bit late on the brakes going into turn 1 on a restart, and Mamo was the one this time, and that's allowed Gunnar through into P5. As it's all very tight. We do have yellow flags, but they're cleared already, so whatever it was, it's already gone. It's Bowden. Oh, don't have a look there, Bowden, whatever you do, please. I wouldn't even have a look there in the dry, let alone the wet. Luckily, he thought better of it, the young man. Well done. So Moomin's dropping. Moomin is dropping. Was that yellow flag for Moomin then? Does he have damage? There is a yellow flag out. Couldn't see any obvious signs of damage on his car. Just have a look at the app. Yeah, he does. He's got front wing damage. Moomin does indeed have front wing damage. I believe there'll be a pit stop at the end of this lap. As Glitch goes past him. Up to the front guys then. 8/10, well, 7.5 tenth. Let's call it a 7/10 lead for Garcia over Danny at the moment. They've got about a second to nick. The second not as important, of course, in these conditions as in a dry because no DRS at the moment. Just trying to keep an eye on the weather, and now it's still raining. Doesn't look to have changed much. So I wouldn't be expecting any sort of changes to that anytime soon, as there is a yellow flag. It's... who is it? Oh, it's James! Oh, it's James at turn 1. See, let's get going again. And again, I'll just have a quick look, but no damage. No damage on James's car. Moomin, by the way, his pit stop was 7.6 seconds, which is about right for a front wing change. And he'll get on his way as Boulange is out. Is he over there on the right? He is. How's he ended up over there? Wow. Okay. Well, he is out, but that is not going to cause the safety car. He's not close enough to the track. So we will continue. That is no safety car. But Boulange is out of the Hungarian Grand Prix. That is one of our top runners. Gone from this race. And that promotes Gunnar into 4, Mamo 5. This little group, actually, the 3 cars here, Gunnar, Mamo and Bowden, are probably producing our closest racing at the moment. Although, Operator, let's just go down to Operator for a moment, because we don't get this opportunity, but he's having a little battle here with Baz. Baz goes to the outside for turn 3. Operator doesn't really look like he's interested in battling that too much, and Baz gets the job done. He's now going to have Damir on the back of him, trying to get through as well. But then let's go back up to this battle then. Evening, Strady. You alright, Tom? Hope you're well, man. Thanks for joining. So, Gunnar, Manamo and Bowden producing some very nice racing so far. The 3 of these. Gunnar's up 1, Mamo's up 2, Bowden where he started. We can go back to the tyres, although of course everybody on intermediates at the moment. And from what I can tell, it doesn't look like that's changing at the moment. It's still raining, it's still way too wet to consider anything else. But not wet enough for full wets either, so I think we may well be seeing the race on these conditions. I don't know that for sure, but that's my suspicion at the moment. But we'll keep an eye on it and see if the rain stops. As you can see, but these 3 being so close is allowing Nick to disappear from them, as we've got a yellow flag once more. Somebody around here somewhere. Oh, it was Bowden! It was Bowden! Oh, he's lost it. He wasn't making a move, so I can only assume he's caught the inside curb maybe and spun it around. I didn't see him go around, but he wasn't making a move, so I'm sure it wasn't a contact thing. I don't think there isn't any damage on that car, so interesting. But well, that gives him some work to do to try and get back up, but he's lost quite a bit of time to the guys where he was. So where can we go next? Oozers and Baz having a little bit of a battle here. The prediction today on the stream is, will Baz make or finish top 10, as we've got a safety car and Moomin is out. Oh, he's crashed it on his own. Oh, Moomin. He's crashed it on his own coming out of turn 4. And that will see an influx of safety cars. Damir picks up a drive-through. Oh, Damir. Oh my goodness, Danny's gone to mediums. Surely not. It's still raining. That's got to be an accident, hasn't it? He can't seriously be going to medium tyres. Even if it's expected to dry up, it's still raining. This safety car is only going to do the standard 3 laps. I'm finding it hard to believe. The other part of me says, well, if it's that close to slicks, why did anybody pit to fresh inters? And of course he's down to P4. I will admit, the difference in fresh inters to slightly worn inters is incredible, so he'll probably make his way back through. But those guys that are still out on track on the intermediate tyres they started on, they're only around 15%-ish. So some are 17%, most are 15%, and there's a 14% in fact for one driver who is in the top 3. So I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, if we're that close to slick tyres, I can't understand why Carsey's pitted to fresh inters. But quite honestly, right now, looking at these conditions, I can't understand for the life of me why Danny's pitted to mediums, unless it's just a mistake. Maybe he's meant to move the tyres to one side to switch them to inters. No, he would have been on fresh inters already, so he must have physically moved that to mediums. What we will do, if he goes past the pits now, we know it was meant. We know that that's what he planned to do. No, he's back in. He's back in, so it was an accident. It must have been an accident then. Either that, or it was planned, but he's come back out and gone, oh no, I've made a big mistake here. What have I done? And that will drop him to the back. So he might nip out ahead of one or two guys here. Now, Glitch has gone through, but James is going to be close for James. I think he will go through, you know. Yeah, he does. I don't think Danny was out properly, so I don't think James shouldn't get told to give that place back. I hope he doesn't. Shouldn't. So, well, that was interesting. Now, I think that maybe it was a bit unfortunate that this weather is happening in this race. I love this track in whatever conditions, but maybe it's not the best track for these sort of conditions. It is a difficult technical track, so maybe, just maybe, it would have been better for this track to have had dry. But that's what it is. That's the roll of the dice. You should always allow some time for practicing wet conditions in your weekly practice or whatever it is you do. My advice to drivers is don't drive more than twice a week in league racing. It's a difficult. I currently I'm saying that as advice, but I currently drive 4 times a week. But it's, if you want to be able to put the time in to practice a track properly and get the best results that you can do out of each and every race you do, I don't think you should do more than 2 races a week. It obviously does depend on how much time you've got, but anyway, here we go. Safety car is in, and we are off and running. We will see just how much difference those fresh inters make for Carsey and the others that pitted. So Mackenzie pitted as well. We'll also see if there's any way they can get them to the end if the weather stays like this. So the wear on the tyres that have stayed out suggests they could potentially get those all the way to the engine out. Whether that would be a fast way of going about it or not, I don't know. But Carsey gets past Adams, sharpish. There's a battle going on behind. I just want to go down to this. Can you believe that after all that, Bowden has ended up ahead of Gunnar? Gunnar pitted, actually. I've just realised that. My apologies. I didn't think he did, but yeah, Gunnar pitted, so... The honest truth being, I think that there's a bigger chance of an overtake from Carsey than there is from Gunnar. See that Carsey will be able to get on the brakes that much later. Then Mamo, up the inside he goes, and he'll now get off after Nick. Finds himself in the lead of this race. What can Gunnar do? He knows his best opportunity is going to be down to turn 1. If he can get better traction on the exit of the final corner here. Yeah, nicely done, guys. Nice bit of driving through the final corner. Bowden, well done. Noticed he was there. You wouldn't really expect a driver to put his nose on the inside of you. They've switched across, so Bowden has ended up on the inside now, and he holds the position. Oh, Gunnar would have wanted to get that done. There's no doubt about that. In fact, this is how much he wants to get it done. He's diving at the inside of turn 3, and this time it looks like he's got it done. I think he caught Bowden a bit unawares there. I don't think Bowden was expecting a move then. But he's got through. Bowden left in the space and the opportunity. Gunnar takes advantage of that, and he's now up into P5. And he will now look to get after Adams and Mamo. These guys are very quick drivers, as is Gunnar, but those fresh intermediates are going to give him somewhat of an advantage. So let's go to Taylor, who is on the back now of Lego Lamb. And it's the same scenario, so Taylor pitted, Lamb didn't. Danny appears to be flying through the field at the moment. Daniel's dropped off at the back, so I didn't see a yellow flag come out, but I can only assume he's had a little spin or something. Again, this is going to be the thing. Can he maybe take a wider line, get a better exit, pick up the slipstream? A lot of the time, as Carsey makes a move for P1, we are on board here with Nick, so Carsey's just made the move. There's nothing Nick can do. At this point of the race, Carsey simply has tyres which are way too good for him. There's nothing Nick can do. He doesn't even need to consider Carsey at the moment as a rival, because they're just in different stages of their races. He may be able to come back at Carsey later on when he pits, and Carsey will have worse tyres, but Taylor said his fronts are overheating. Okay. That's a serious problem around here. Even the slicks tend to overheat around here. It's not easy to keep them in line. Gunnar already onto the back of Mamo, by the way, having gotten past Adams. Let's go to him. And certainly on board with Gunnar. It just looks like a sort of McLaren livery, doesn't it, his? This car's set fast slap, as you'd expect. Now he's got clean air. As Mamo gets a little bit out of shape out of the final corner, Gunnar picks up the slipstream, goes to the outside, He's going to look to outbrake Mamo into turn 1. Mamo takes the inside line, forces Gunnar slightly out further wide. But Gunnar's going to have the inside at turn 3, makes the move up the inside. Extra grip of his tyres should allow him to get on the power that little bit earlier, and that he does, and he is through now to P3. He will get after Nick, who is 3.4 seconds up the road. Bowden, meanwhile, is on the back of Adams, so that's interesting because they are on the same tyre life. That's not a simple scenario. Danny still trying to make his way through the field. He's up to P10 now, right on the back of Legoland. Need to just buy this time slightly. Bowden, let's move on Adams. He's gotten ahead. Adams looks to come back maybe into the hairpin. Does attempt it, but Bowden holds him off. So let's go to Danny then, who is making that move now on Legoland. We've got yellow flags. Yellow flags, it's a white car. It's Baz. Oh, it's Baz. It's the man of the moment, the prediction man. And he will be straight into the pits. He's right by the pits. But his left end plate is gone, so it's into the pits for a new front wing for Baz. That is going to hurt. He's going to require, you would feel, a safety car. So getting back in the mix, really. His Ozers is pitted as well. Now, I think that's just a planned stop. Just look at Ozer's stop time. Yeah, he's only 2.43 seconds in the pit, so in the stop time Ozers, so that is just a standard tyre change. Therefore our Ozers is trying to undercut people. Now he may be two-stopping. It's going to be interesting, the battle between a one-stop and a two-stop. But I predict, though, that Carsey will Carsey will stop again. Because he's 8 seconds up the road, he's going to end up with a massive gap where he can pit again and just go to take the fastest lap. Without anything extraordinary happening in this race, Carsey is just like 100, possibly 1,000 to 1 on right now to win this race. As Mackenzie's picked up the slipstream on Adams. Doesn't try anything extraordinary, just breaks for the corner, goes to the inside, looks to get through. He has. It's also opened a door for Danny to try and nip through as well, which he does. And so Danny already back up to P7. So Danny at the moment, definitely on tilt. He's driving aggressively, but he's not driving. When I say aggressively, I don't mean he's not pushing people about. He's not pushing people off track or anything like that. He's taking the opportunities as and when they arise, but he's not taking any prisoners with them. He's not. It is literally, right, there's an opening, I'm going to go for it. But he's being careful about it at the same time. It's very, very good driving. If he keeps going the pace he is, Carsey's going to have the gap of a pit stop in about 5 laps time because he's going that fast. Oh, and I think just had a little touch on the back of Mackenzie. He's got caught out a little bit, I think. He goes to the inside. Here he goes into turn 1. Mackenzie doesn't really look to battle that. I think he knows it's Danny. He knows how quick Danny is, so perhaps not the guy to be battling. Let him go. Let him chase down the guys ahead, because that may actually benefit Mackenzie. He may kind of pull him along a little bit. So wise that, I think, from Mackenzie not to battle that, really. James doing very well on the recovery here. He's up to P10 and he's on the back of Lego Lamb. I think these two are teammates, if memory serves me right. So, just stick with James here. He's definitely looking to make a move. He's got much younger tyres. In terms of tyre wear, those guys that stayed out are on or around 35-38% at the moment. The guys that pitted are into the 20% now. So it's definitely a one-stop race in a way, guys. But I think Carsey will two-stop because he's just pulling out that gap. It was clever. These guys that have pitted under the safety car, it's very, very clever, I think, with what they've done. So James goes to the inside. He's a little bit awkward on exits, but I think it's good enough. Yeah, Lego Lamb I mean, James left the room to the inside of turn 3, just in case Lego Lamb wanted to try and make a move back, but he doesn't. Oh, he's a little bit wide at turn 4 there, though, James, and it's a little bit out of shape on the curb, but does keep it going and does consolidate the move as Corey and Operator switching positions. One down here now. Oh, was there something went slightly wrong for Operator, maybe? I don't know. It's allowed Corey and Damir through, but these guys that are still on their starting tyres are coming up to their pit stops. And Nick is... I was literally just about to say that Nick needs to stop because he may be able to force Carsey into having to make another stall. I think Carsey's gone and he's won this race. I don't really see, unless there's a safety car to change things around, I don't really see how anybody can do anything about him right now. He could just sit out there with the lead he's already got and win this race. But he's 16 seconds up the road. He has the option to at some point stop again and just be super quick again later in the race. The only reason he'd do that is to try and consolidate the fastest lap, really. He doesn't need to. The tyres will get to the end. There's no sort of worries about that, I don't think. So, he battles right now. Just looking down the order, Nick, obviously fresh out the pits, is going to catch James pretty quickly. I know James pretty well now, and I don't think it's going to look to battle this too much. He's not just going to move out of the way in a silly place of the track like this, of course, but this is Nick's only problem now, isn't it? Is he needs to get through the traffic fairly. Maybe a bit silly. I don't... Yeah, I understand he needs to get through. He's battling up the front. He needs to get through, but maybe that sort of position, not really the place to be making a move, even in whether it's wet or dry. Don't like to see people making a move there, but in all fairness, I don't know, maybe James was expecting it and allowed it to happen as Mamo gets past Glitch. There's lots of changes going on. Bowden is in. Bowden is pitting. Where will he come out? It's looking to me like it's going to be... Where is Ozers? Ozers coming round the final corner. Ozers pitted a little bit earlier, remember, trying to undercut a few people. And it looks like Bowden's going to come out ahead of him. So, well, Bowden was way ahead of Ozers when Ozers pitted. So, for me, he definitely has managed to undercut some drivers. Yeah, he's ahead of Corey. He wasn't ahead of Corey before the undercut. So, that's gone pretty well for Ozers, I would say. And there is still well, there's still several drivers ahead that may pit again, and there's one driver that has to pit, so it may well yet get better for Roses as well. Bowden right on the back of Glitch, and is making a move into the chicane. Yeah, again, I really don't like seeing people make moves there. I'm going to be honest with you. Who made a move on me there? Somebody made a move on me there in the dry round here on the Thursday Night League, and I just shut the door on them completely. So in my eyes, it's just not the place. They weren't. In order to make a move into a chicane, you need to have your car slightly in front by the time you reach the corner. He didn't, so I just turned in. So that's the way I look at it. So Danny is in, Adams is in. That's early from Danny. Yeah, it's early, but it's not massively early. I just think that, I don't know, he just hasn't got much of an advantage in terms of tyres now. I'm a little, well, unless the reason for that is because he's looking to undercut the likes of Nick and Gunnar. I guess that could be in the back of his mind as he's looking to make his way back to the podium. But Carsey has now pulled out 19.5 seconds. I'm not sure exactly how long a pit stop is, but I can't imagine it's more than 21 seconds around here, so my guess would be 19 or 20 seconds, somewhere around that mark. Anybody really close at the moment? Let's have a look. Bowdy's getting pretty... Oh, no, he's behind Danny, who's obviously pitted a little bit later. Or maybe that's why Danny pitted. Perhaps he was reacting to the fact that Bowden pitted, and he didn't want to lose that place. There's Lego Lamb then, who's on the back of Damir, who's completed 19 laps on those inters. He needs to pit. Picked up 3 seconds there as well, running wide. As Mackenzie is into the pits. So he's the second of the drivers that pitted under the safety car that is pitting a second time. As I said, in terms of tyre wear, there's no actual reason that they have to pit. But he's in a different scenario, you see. I mean, Gunnar could go to the end. He's got a 7.5 second lead over Nick. Nick is likely to catch him. But also it's a bit longer. The next driver is Lego Lamb, moves to the inside of Damir. And he should be able to get away from him under the acceleration. Better traction, a better grip on those fresh tyres. Damir now 20 laps completed on those inters. I'm not exactly sure what he's waiting for. I don't really know what he feels he's gaining by staying out. Damir didn't pit on the first lap after that contact. He didn't need to, but did he pit a bit later on? Didn't he lose an M plate? No, he couldn't have, because he wouldn't be on 20 lap old tyre. I don't know. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be on 20 lap old tyres if he pitted, so it's not because he's already used a second set. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Damir's thinking. It's there we have it. Into the pits comes James from P7. Now he's got 10 seconds basically over Ozers. That obviously won't be enough, and Ozers battling with Adams right now. Adams looking to get through. To come out the final corner. Can Adams get the slipstream? It's difficult, isn't it? Of course, as soon as you move out the slipstream, you lose that speed advantage as well. So I think Ozers will have this defended into turn 1. James is on pit exit, by the way, and he's going to lose out to Damir. But he comes out P13, James, and he's going to have nice fresh tyres to take him to the end of the race. Should be able to make it a decent recovery, I feel. As Adams gets past Ozers, and we've got a yellow flag. Oh, it's ahead of us. It's Bowden. Bowden's had a moment in the fast right-hander before the chicane. maybe clipped the inside curb or didn't like the outside curb, not sure. So nonetheless, he's not enjoyed that corner. It looks like he's struggling, quite honestly. He's picked up 3 seconds there. Don't know why he'd be struggling on 3-lap tyres, but it definitely looks like he's struggling here. Unless the what I said at the start's happened and he sneezed inside his helmet and he can't see anymore. Oh, brilliant. Danny on the back of Mamo then. Hey, Moomin, sorry mate, I've only just seen your message. Why so low resolution? I didn't know I was on low resolution. Perhaps that's reset. I don't know what I don't know. It should be on high. I'm sure I've got it set to 10,000, so it's not that low. Moomin. Unless we're talking about different things. Beautiful liveries. They are beautiful liveries. We've seen some fantastic ones. I'm sorry that I haven't got everybody's on stream. Well, I might have got everybody's on stream at some point. Is that Bowden again? It is. For whatever reason, he's really struggling. What position is he at the moment? 14th. I mean, there's no sign of any damage on his car, either on screen or on my app. So oh, do you know what? My app's lying to me because he definitely has. He's got he's missing a right end plate on his front wing. So yeah, sorry about that. My app is fibbing to me there. I'm now starting to wonder if Damir is trying to force his way to the end so as not to make a stop. We've got it's a VSC. We've got a VSC. That is, I think that's Bowden again, you know. It is. What is wrong with him? Highest is 360. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll have to help me with that. Explain that to me after, baby. I don't really know what you're talking about. I'm not very good with all this stuff, mate. Oh, Glitch has got to drive through. Speeding under VSC as the VSC has ended. I have literally no idea what is wrong with Bowden. He's getting a new wing. It looks like he's going to come back out. Right, have we got anyone close? James is close to Lego Lamb. Look at it, James is already back up to P10. Aided slightly, of course, by Bowden dropping down. So, without that happening, this would be a battle for P10, but it's not. It's a battle for P9 now. A battle that's already occurred, I believe, earlier in the race, and is occurring again. But, James struggled to make that move. Didn't really get that done properly. Really looks to give the place, but I don't know whether he's really required to give that place back and then do it again. That's probably a bit extreme, but did struggle to get through really there without going off track. Well, I think he might be giving it back. Is he? No. Okay. All right then. Gunnar, 3 seconds. Oh, Gunnar, what you done? Oh, he's pitted. Gunnar's pitted. Let's pick up fresh tyres. I'm a little surprised he's done that. I thought Gunnar would go to the end. Actually, I can't see Carsey's where, but yeah. Oh, Carsey's pitted. So sorry, I didn't see that. Carsey's coming to the pit, and he sets fastest lap. Let's take a little look at the race leader. It's a completely dominant performance today. He's come out over 5 seconds ahead of Nick, and again will disappear into the distance with a 6-lap tyre advantage, which in terms of actual wear isn't very much. Nick is on 20% on his inters. Carsey must be on sort of 6 or 7% already, so you know, in terms of actual wear, that's not a large amount, but the drop off in time on the tyres and the wears is well, some real Mamo. Oh, he's caught it. The young Mamo has caught it. Definitely driver struggling now. We've already heard Mackenzie in the chat say that he's really struggling with his front tyres overheating, and I suspect that is going to be the same for the vast majority of the field. So do you know what, by the way, Baz has recovered so far to P12. In fact, let's go to Baz. He's recovered to P12. He is right on the back of Damir, who is still out on his 25 lap worn tyres. Unfortunately, I don't have the tyre wear percentage for Damir. He's not enabled his thing to allow me to see it. So if Baz, well, I mean, Damir's got a penalty, so Baz already would be P11. He's going to be P11, but he's going to have over 10 seconds to Legoland. And unfortunately for him, I don't think anybody inside the top 10 will be pitting again. The only one who might would be Ozers, and I don't think he will. So because Ozers would lose 2 places and have absolutely no chance of gaining them back before the end of the race. So he may as well stay out and battle for those places. Yeah, it's raining in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm hosting the lobby as well, Moomin. Perhaps I'm putting a bit too much strain on the internet, but I have to say, from my point of view, it's running absolutely great. I've got the stream running on my phone, and it actually looks amazing to me. So I wonder if it's your side, Moomin. Maybe it's just your eyes, lads. You're getting on a bit now, old man. So perhaps it's your eyes. Just to say that Corey is right on the back of this as well. There's nothing Baz would like more right now than to put a car between him and Corey. Very much. If Baz can make a move on down here, I'm sure Corey would want to try and get through at the same time. But if he doesn't, there would be an opportunity maybe for Baz to build a little lead. At the moment, you've got to give it to Damir because he's really fending this off quite easily, actually. Baz not really seemingly able to do much about him. Keeping on Corey. There's a little thought about the inside, and to be honest, Damir didn't make the Baz didn't make the very inside of the corner. He ran a bit out wide, which allowed Corey through, and he goes straight through on Damir as well. It's a lovely double overtake from Corey, holding no prisoners there and doing it safely at the same time. Took advantage of a mistake from Baz. As Ozers has been off track. He's gone for a bit of cross country, and that's allowed James to go past him. Indeed, yes, clean glasses. You've got them all steamed. You're listening to my voice, Mamo. It's got you all steamed up. That's what it is. Oh, let's go up. Let's go up. Gooner. Well, it's almost a carbon copy of what we've just seen with Corey and Baz. Mamo runs wide, turn 1. Maybe trying to be late on the brakes to fend Gunnar off, but doesn't make the corner properly. And that allows it through as a yellow flag there appeared on track for absolutely no reason that I could tell. It was where Lego Lamb is. Maybe he's dropped off a bit from Moses, so maybe he's had a little moment out the final corner, but I don't think it was anything massive, to be fair. Sheer domination from Clarity today. Moses is off again. What? Oh dear. His O's are struggling. Again, someone else I can't see a tyre wear. There are some drivers getting very low on fuel here. I wonder if we're going to see a few problems towards the end. .8 kilos is the lowest. So I don't know how many kilos it takes for a lap. So Lowe's is into the pit. Yeah, he's got front wing damage. Oh no, sorry, that's Lego Lamb. Lego Lamb has got front wing damage. And so he follows Ozers in. Could this bring Baz back in with an opportunity of a top 10? Does Baz get past both of them? He does. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It brings all the predictions back into play. Because right now, Baz the Ninja is P11 on the back of Damir. Just 7 tenths off of him. And Damir has a penalty. So Ozers rejoins P13. Lego Lamb rejoins P14. So both of those guys having trouble. I reckon this has got something to do with tyres overheating. I really do. It is still raining. The rain has persisted all the way through. But it's not super wet, is it? It's not... You know, we're a lot closer to dry conditions than we are full wets, I feel. So, which does not help the intermediates. It's dry enough that you can see a dry line appearing. You can see the line, look, so... Although it's clearly still intermediate conditions. Damir, but 29 laps he's done on these inters. He's mad. He's absolutely mad. But at the moment, it's got him in a top 10 position, okay, with a penalty. Oh, Bowden is out. Bowden is out. It's a safety car. Oh, Bowden, I didn't see exactly where he dropped it. But drop it he did. Now, Carsey does not have fresh in... This, I can't believe this. This has the potential to completely change this race. Surely Nick and Danny will... Well, no, Danny hasn't got another set, has he? He's pitted twice. Surely Nick will pit. Nick pits, he will lose out to Danny, but he will come out ahead of Gunnar. I'm sure Danny won't have any tyres to go to, so he's... Well, he's in. He's in. But he can't have a fresh set. He definitely hasn't got a fresh set of inters. He may well have a better set than 12-lap-old inters, of course. His first set would be younger. Well, it's showing as 0 laps, but he can't have a fresh set of inters. He pitted under the first safety car. He accidentally went to mediums, didn't he? Then pitted to inters. Then he pitted again to inters. That is his... Yeah, I don't know. He can't have fresh tyres. My app is saying 0%. I don't understand that. No, I'm lost on that. You only get 3 sets. I don't see how he can possibly have another set. Let's just go to race director a second. Yeah, look, 4 sets. Car C 4 sets. You don't get 4 sets of intermediate tyres. You only get 3 for a whole weekend. Something isn't right there. Well, something's definitely not right there because I'm stuck on race director. Oh, are you kidding me? Right now, I'm the host and I am stuck. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I am stuck. I cannot move off of race. Oh, did that do some up? Did that help? No, that didn't help. Oh, for goodness sake. I'm not sure what to do. I don't want you guys to miss the end of the race, but at the same time, being host, I don't really fancy leaving here. I'm potentially called. Well, I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to have to leave and trust that the game will move safely over to another host. Well, I would trust the game for anything. The thing is, I don't think, because my live timing is disconnected on the app, so I don't think I was actually there in a way. So, I mean, I could have stayed there, we could have missed everything, and in the wider scheme of things, I probably wasn't actually there. So, it is, Mark. It's so annoying. Somebody mentioned it the other day, but that's the first time it's ever happened to me. But I have seen people say it's happened to them a few times. It's so annoying. It's even more annoying when you're host. That might affect people's races now. I hope it doesn't. I hope the lobby remains stable, but so just loading back in now. Yeah, I guess I can actually see if I had a stream on my phone. Way behind where I actually am on the stream, so I don't think I'll be hosting and streaming at the same time again. Do it to make it two different people to do that. I think logistically, there's very much reasons why it's ideal for the streamer to be the one hosting, but I've got super internet, guys, now, and clearly it's not a good idea. I think we'll not do that again. But hopefully it doesn't cause any actual issues for the drivers. But here is Danny battling away with Gunnar. Looks to me like everybody pitted. Oh no, James is dropping down. Is he? No, he's okay. Just lost out to Oozers, I think. I think he might have lost out to Corey and Oozers, but he is okay. For those with penalties, this is a nightmare. But for those that have had a little... Oh dear. Oh no, that's operator, isn't it? So operator's lap down, okay. That was worrying me that was a lobby glitch, but no, operator's a lap down, that's why he's ghosting. Okay, so... Oh, Adams is round! He's round! And into the wall. And there was definitely an end plate fall off there. He's lost his left end plate. Oh, Adams didn't deserve that. He's had a very, very good race. And the mistake comes on lap 34. He didn't deserve that at all. That is going to put a really sort of black mark on what's been a really good race for Adams today. Carsey sets fastest lap of the race. He's extended the lead out. Nick's got a penalty in a way, so ultimately Carsey doesn't really need the lead, but he is extending that out. Baz, by the way, after that spin from Adams up to P7, he does have a penalty. In fact, I don't often do this, guys. I often leave it to... Oh, the penalty of Nick's is a drive-through. So, well, that's going to add 15 seconds to his time at the end of the race. Because he can't serve it out, of course, on the final lap. So, that's going to drop him down massively. He may have chosen not to serve it. This way, he may be able to contest it if he feels it was an unfair penalty. But... Mamo, maybe? No. We're just coming up the last few corners now, guys, so I'm just going to nip to car seat and congratulate him over the line on a superb, dominant performance. He was wise to pit at the end. He was very wise to pit at the end. Oh, it's 20 seconds it's given to Nick. Okay, he's going to fall way down the order. Danny P2, Gunnar P3, Mamo 4, Mackenzie 5, Corey 6, Oza 7, Baz in 8, Lego Lamb 9. Oh, Lego Lamb drops. So James gets promoted to P9, Lego Lamb P10, Nick in 11, Damir 12, Adams 13, Glitch 14, and Operator hangs on. He does what Operator does. He hangs on, he keeps going, and he picks up points. And that is why he is a Constructors Champion. But we'll see Adams finish this race because he's had a fantastic race. He really did not deserve the that spin at the end on the penultimate lap. Just to mention that the NF from account, that's not real. He's left the session before the last driver's finished, so it drops him down the order. So, which I hate that it doesn't let lap drivers back through under safety car. Yeah, I agree. I think that is probably the biggest thing that we'd all like to see in the game, actually. It's an actual thing where it does that. My only worry is that, you know, there's so many things it gets wrong already on the game that they'd probably must that up as well. 20 seconds Smoomin was indeed P5, P6 for Alpine. Again, another brilliant race for Alpine. Yeah, Glitch. Yay, Baz! He's completed the challenge. He has finished top 10. Baz, awesome job, man. As for Damir, what you were doing? Why didn't you pit Damir? Damir, he's pitted at the end there, but on that first run, he's ended up P11, Damir. But how many laps was it in the end he did on that first set? 27, 28? I don't know. Whenever that safety car came out, he pitted. But there you go. Fastest laps of Carty 126.753. We'll get the top 3 full-time drivers in for a chat, guys. So, Danny, if you're listening, I won't be inviting you this week. From now, I will only be inviting full-time drivers. Or drivers that are on the full-time driver list. So, actually, hang on. Danny has taken a full-time seat, hasn't he? Yeah, sorry, no, I've lied. Sorry, I am inviting Danny. He took a full-time seat. He did. Sure of it. Hello. You're right. Come on, guys, get yourselves in. Carsey, I don't want to hear any of this. Sorry, I went off to the toilet. You don't see the drivers in real life going off to the toilet before speaking to the commentator or whatever. there's Clarcy and Danny. Well, Danny hasn't joined yet. He's left the lobby as well, so well, we'll carry on. I'm not going to wait forever. Right, there he is. Let's invite him again. Okay, right, I've invited Danny again, but obviously, guys, if you just make sure you've included your audio on the little tick box in the party menu, and I'd already done it on the... oh, hang on, I had to rejoin. I don't know if that... just
mine's included.
Yeah, mine's included as well.
Double check on mine. Yeah, it's included on my end as well. That's great. Okay. Taylor, you're P13 because you left the lobby before the last driver had finished the final lap. So it DNFs you when you do that. So it'll be corrected in the standings and the race results in the league, but that's why it's done that. So, yeah. Just one of those things, just one of those silly little glitches on the game. Danny, just make sure you've included your audio for us, please, in your little tip box. Gunnar, comes to you first, P3 tonight, mate. Really good result. Really good race. You kept it mostly clean. You did pick up an annoying little penalty, but other than that, you drove a very good race, mate. Just talk us through it. It was clearly difficult, and that final safety car must have thrown a few things up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I got off to a good start and made up a couple of positions, and then obviously the early safety car come in at about lap 8 or 9, and double checked with Carson because he was in the party, and then I asked him if he'd pitted. He's like, yeah, so I thought, I'll jump in and get some new winters on.
Yeah.
Try and not convert it to a 2-stop, while the others were still on the 1-stop sort of thing, and then come out on fresh tyres. Had a good battle with Mamo and that, and the boys, some good overtakes. That stupid penalty. I got a warning on lap 1 or 2, I think. I think Bowden pushed me off. I think he had a go at me and pushed me off into turn 1. But I didn't clip it. I didn't actually clip that, but I might have been able to get it removed, but not too fast because I got the podium in the end.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think he's actually changed your position in the end, has it?
No, so it's all right.
So, yeah. I mean, as you mentioned, a few drivers did it, but it was under the second safety car. You guys pitted, so you went to fresh tyres. It was an interesting tactic, but it turned out to be the right one. It was really difficult because obviously I've got this new app thing that I'm using, and I could see that the guys that stayed out, they were only on like 14-15% wear.
Yeah.
But the drop off in time was incredible.
Yeah.
Compared to you guys on the fresh ones.
Yeah, that's what Carson was saying. He said they're leaving up after about 5-6 laps, and then they won't be as fast. But I was struggling. My fronts were overheating. My front left was really badly overheating through sector 2.
Yeah.
When I cleared Mamo, I caught Nick like 2 seconds in 2 laps, and then I just couldn't get within 1.7 of him. My tyres were just on fire. But I mean, it was unlucky for him to get that drive through as well, because that's the only reason I'm on the podium. I wouldn't be here.
Obviously there is a possibility it might change if he challenges that and gets it overturned. I didn't actually see it. Unfortunately, I had to leave the lobby, so I missed it. I wasn't in when he got that. I got stuck on the race director screen, so I had to leave the lobby because I couldn't see anything. But there you go. Anyway, mate, well done tonight. A podium. You seem to be in fine form at the moment, doing everything right. Long may it continue.
Yep, thank you.
Good, great points tonight, and we'll see how that sort of changes your championship for you. But anyway, on to Danny. I come to you, Danny. A little bit strange tonight. You get the Plonker of the Night award for obviously for accidentally pitting to medium tyres when it was not quite torrential rain, but it was pretty wet. It was the sort of rain that gets you wet, if you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean, talk us through it, Danny, particularly that particular moment, because that will forever stick in my mind.
Yeah, mine as well, probably. I think I just had a shitty engineer who was like bugged or something, because he literally told me it's gonna dry up every 5 minutes. He told me at the formation lab, he told me 5 minutes it's gonna be dry. And then I was like 5 minutes first safety car, so we're thinking, oh, maybe I should pit. And I was like, no, staying out. And then the safety car came in, and then he literally told me, oh, I don't know if we are on the right tire or not anymore. Meh, 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 and literally sabotaged me the whole race. I mean, he literally told me that
Oh,
bullshit the whole race. And obviously then I pitted for mediums because I he literally told me it's gonna be drying up soon. And like where he says like it's gonna dry up the next few laps. And I was like, okay, safety car, perfect, easy decision. Obviously, didn't work out, and he literally told me the whole race it's gonna dry up soon, and obviously I just told him to shut up finally. Uh, yeah. Apart from that, I just said it's just a shit race to be honest. No pace, no consistency. My rear tires were always overheating, so I was just drifting more than staying on the track.
so you were having problems with your rear tires overheating because
Yeah, I had my
everybody else
left
seems to say
rear
it's
in
the
the middle
front.
sector just always stepped out
Yeah,
anywhere.
it was
Like,
my left front.
for me, it was the left rear. I was driving
God,
lowest tire pressures, but probably the dry setup in
yeah,
the rain was just absolutely horrendous because, yeah,
yeah,
it was not
but
great. I
yeah,
mean, I didn't enjoy it because I hate inters anyway. And then, yeah, with that setup, just made it worse. Yeah, I
yeah.
somehow got P2. I don't know how that happened. I think, yeah, probably other people have to look at their own race, how they fucked that up because I don't know. I mean, it's just like I was a medium, so I wasn't last. Was stuck behind so many people for so long because obviously I can't send it everywhere because there's a middle sector, and obviously everybody was just blasting the ERS on the straight, which was really annoying because I couldn't do much because I could just blast my own ERS. Yeah, tough race. Got P2 because Nick had an unfortunate penalty. Which,
Yeah,
yeah, I think I just didn't enjoy then the last safety car because actually, yeah, I mean, I just don't like safety cars on that point because most people had their races and they deserved the gaps they built because Kasi was 30 seconds in front and Nick was 10 seconds in front. And obviously that all died and then he got the penalty because of the shit safety car system. So, yeah, I just think, yeah, didn't like much of this race to be honest.
yeah, yeah. I mean, once you had fallen down, as you said, it is difficult to get past people around here, but you did get past them, and you did get through the field, and you were, even without that final safety core, you were still recovering really well to a very really good race. So, um, it's I think you were maximising in what you could do after that. Um, after that engineer won his bet on whether he could get to switch to medium tires or
Yeah,
not.
I just think it was. I think it was Micah actually. That was my engineer. It was just like, yeah, put him on mediums.
Yeah,
Put him on
yeah,
mediums.
yeah.
I
It
mean,
was
I had
funneling through to his earphones,
yeah,
going, "Yeah, it's drying up real quick."
yeah. No, I was like, no, I had zero pace anyway. So P2 was probably the best I could have gotten anyway. I don't know about Nick. Nick was probably a bit faster than me in these conditions. So yeah, he
Yeah,
probably deserves P2. And yeah, I don't know. Just a race to
we'll
forget,
see.
to be
It's obviously if
honest.
he feels it strong, he can obviously
I think he
protest
most
that and drive
likely got
through.
it on
So
the out lap or pit exit where you just like instantly get delta and then get a penalty or something like that.
yeah,
I think that was
Yeah, I
it
think
because
It was
that's
I
going
when
knew,
you
in. It
go
was going into the
into your
pits,
delta
so
and
it
it's red into
was.
the pit lane, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah, or into the
yeah,
pits.
I'd
I had
say
it on
that's
the
what it
exit
is.
nearly,
It's
so I
instantly
just
red
got
on the exit
lucky.
if it's red on
Yeah, it's
entry.
instantly red. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So obviously, I think he
okay.
gets P2.
Now it's showing on my app as well that it's giving him 40 seconds of penalties rather than the 20 that it said on screen. But I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think it is because I'm sure he'd have
Yeah.
fallen down further. But yeah. Anyway, well done, Danny. Carsey will come to you. I mean, it's not a lot I can say, mate. I mean, it's just complete dominance today. Your quali lap was insane.
Thank you.
There goes Danny. That's what he thinks of it. Your quali lap was insane. I can't. That just made me want to just hang up me helmet. So, but yeah. Talk us through that and talk us through your race.
Yeah, no, I was actually shaking after that quali lap. Like I think it was almost 3 tenths faster than my time trial, and I had pretty much done no practice for this at all. I feel like I need to do no practice more often because never when I practiced I hit a lap like that. So I don't know. Yeah, so I was shaking after that for like a solid 5 minutes because I just couldn't believe it. And then
Yeah.
the race was it was really fun. With all the different people pitting at different times, not knowing what's going to happen. Um, and just getting a straight drive in Inters conditions, which I haven't really done this race so far. It was just
Yeah.
that was just so much fun. Because like obviously if you're a little bit in the lead in the drag, it can get a bit boring, but like you're constantly on the edge, you know. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll need to look back at that qualifying lap because I couldn't believe that time, to be honest.
It's mad, mad. I can't remember what it was in the end, but
Point
it's like
six,
14.7, was it?
point
That's point
six,
six,
yeah.
was it? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, but other than that, mate, I mean, the dominance in the race as well. I know it's a little bit strange because it's hard to sort of compare because obviously you've changed the strategy under the safety car. So, um, I suppose the first question was always going to be how quickly you could get past the other
Yeah.
drivers. But the amount of time you pulled out and how quickly you pulled that out was just insane. And I mean, in the end, I think before that final safety car, you'd pulled out to about 20 seconds or something.
Yeah.
So um, but it must have been strange because you must have been had it in your mind. The gap's growing. At some point, you're gonna be able to make another stop, but you will lose positions by making that stop. You didn't, of course, because of the safety car, but you would have if you'd have made a stop under actual race conditions. But um, I think I'm talking rubbish now. Sorry,
No, you're
I'm losing
not.
I'm
You're
losing
not.
track. But yeah, basically what I'm thinking is at some point, if you'd have had to have made a stop, or no, you wouldn't have had to, but you could have made a
Yeah.
stop, lost a couple of places, but had the easy fastest lap, and probably have gotten past them on track really easy before the end of the race. But you still lose those couple of places, and you've got to do that then. But surely you'd have been able to get the tyres to the end with ease, surely.
Yeah. I think they're
He
when
didn't
the
lose any
safety car
positions, did he? Because
when the
he come out and just in front of me and Nick, didn't he?
yeah when the safety car
Yeah,
came out, or sorry, do you mean off like my set of tires from the first safety car?
yeah.
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
second safety car,
that
so around lap 8 or whatever it was. So you could have got those tyres
yes.
to the end if you had
Um,
to, couldn't you?
I could have, but it was never my intention to.
No.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
feel
we
like
converted straight away, didn't we?
yeah. Me and Jamie
Yeah.
both agree that we were losing like 3 seconds a lap to the guys that had just pitted. But so I
Yeah.
intentionally, because I knew I had like a 15-second gap before I
Yeah.
pitted, I intentionally just like kept the tires going longer and longer until I'd come out like just in front of Nick, so that I would still have an advantage the entire rest of the race, rather than risking um pitting at the same time, maybe making a mistake and then having to battle with him with the same tires.
Yeah.
So
Makes
so yeah,
sense,
that
yeah.
was the plan. But yeah, we were being told the whole race too that it was drying up, but but
You were. I mean,
I saw
it rained the
like
whole way through, but yeah,
yeah
it was a bit strange because there was a clear racing line appearing
yeah
on the track.
yeah.
I mean, it was a dark, clear racing line. So yeah, I can only. I don't know. I mean, maybe the game had it on such a so close to getting to that dry point that
Yeah.
it was confusing it a
It
bit,
was very good
confusing
fun, I must
itself.
say. It
But
was good fun.
yeah, it looked it from my end. It seemed like a really good fun race. There was some great bits of racing going on. Loved it. I didn't see any
Dirty
really
driving.
stupid things happening. No, I didn't see
Yeah.
anything that was really stupid. There
It's
was
good to hear.
there was a couple of little mistakes here and there, but not really such stupid sort of moves or anything like that.
Hmm.
Did you get me and Mamo
That's
going
good.
into turn one when we both outbroke ourselves and went off the track?
I moved on to you just as Mamo had done that, and he sort of gone off, and you went down the inside. But yeah,
We actually
I
both went off the
didn't.
track. I got a little switchback off the track in
Ah,
the end.
oh, I didn't know that. I
I'll
didn't
have
know
to
that
watch
had
that.
happened. But yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Baz
Yeah.
as well for winning some points back for me tonight. Thank you, Baz.
Yes. Yeah. I was just about to do that. So yeah. Shout out to Baz. He's won the little prediction thing. Top 10 finish again from Baz while reserving. So well done, mate. And obviously well done to the guys that win the points. I'll pay those out in just a moment. Other than that, anybody know where we are next week? Has anybody looked ahead?
I'll check right now.
Tuesday.
No, I won't. Where's the calendar?
Spain.
I've got
There we
it.
go. Spain. Ooh,
Spain.
fun,
Viva la España.
fun.
Look, I mean, I love Spain.
Me
It's
too.
great track.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
We got Spain
Yeah.
Thursday, I think, Hilly.
We have, haven't we? We have got Spain Thursday, yeah. So that's kind of handy, isn't it?
Yeah.
This must be around about the turning point of the season then, because we're doing them from opposite ends, aren't we? So,
I think it's halfway coming up. Yeah.
yeah, so we must be at the halfway then if we're doing the same track within a week of each other. So, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. But that's handy for you then, mate. And
Yep.
the others that drive Thursdays as well. We won't let Garcia drive on Thursday, so he won't get the extra practice, but he probably won't need it. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to cover. I think that pretty much covers it. So, driver of the day, I haven't got a clue. Ooh. Sorry, Gunnar, it can't be you because you got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, I know.
So sorry. Ozer has finished P6.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
Corey too had a
Ozers.
really good drive to fifth.
Yeah, Corey had a really good one.
Yeah, Corey was out
Lam
in
had his
Q2,
best
wasn't
race
he?
for a
He
long
finished
time.
well.
He did, yeah. I'm happy for him.
Yeah. I might go with Lego Lamb, you know. It probably should be you, Carsey, but I like to give some
It's fine.
recognition to others. So,
Don't give him too many points.
no, exactly. No, I think I'm going to give it to Lego Lamb tonight. So, he's going to be my driver of the day. Yeah. I mean, I could give it to Baz as well, but Baz is a reserve, Lego Lamb's full-time, so it makes more sense to give it to a full-time driver, I think.
Yeah.
It seems it takes points with it. So there we go. Anyway, guys, I've waffled on long enough. Let's I'll let everybody go now. So as to everybody out there in Twitchland, thank you very much for watching along with us and keeping me entertained through the stream. Well done to everybody that finished, picked up points tonight. Unlucky to those that didn't. We shall see you again next week for Spain then. Don't forget Thursday night Spain as well on Ozer stream, so please come and watch that and support me. Forget everybody else, just support me. That's all you got to do. I will be back personally on Friday for PRF1. I will definitely be doing the PRF1 stream this week. I wasn't very well last week, so I couldn't do it. But I will be definitely there this week, so watch out for that, 8:30 on Friday. Other than that, good night, God bless, enjoy the rest of your weeks, and good night.